Fleetwood Mac with Lindsey Buckingham singing lead on their hit song Go Your Own Way. The group, which has sold more than 100 million records, announces a new tour today. It kicks off in October. But Buckingham won't be on it. He was abruptly ousted from the band earlier this year. This morning, for the first time, band members tell Anthony Mason what happened. Anthony joins us from Los Angeles. Good morning, Anthony.
Good morning. In its more than 50 years as a band, Fleetwood Mac has become famous for dysfunction and turmoil, but the sudden departure of Lindsey Buckingham still came as a shock, and this week the new lineup was still getting to know each other.
The first photo session for the new Fleetwood Mac included Mike Campbell, former lead guitarist for Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers, and Neil Finn, frontman for the group Crowded House. New members, but hardly novices.
Both these gentlemen have a legacy of their own. They don't need to have a calling card. They are who they are in their own right.
And with them, drummer Mick Fleetwood says, Fleetwood Mac has been reborn.
So is this effectively a new band?
This is absolutely a new band. This is the new lineup of Fleetwood Mac.
So neither you, Mike, nor you, Neil, think of this as a temporary gig?
Not at all. I'm making this my priority until whenever, we'll see what happens.
Campbell and Finn will replace lead guitarist Lindsey Buckingham, who joined the band back in 1974, helped reshape their sound, and wrote some of the group's biggest hits.
Mick, when did you decide that you had to make this change?
Well, it happened after we played in New York.
At the Music Cares back
at the Music Cares event, which you were there.
It was the band's last performance in late January, when they were honored at the Music Cares benefit on Grammy weekend. All 5 members of the classic lineup appeared together. But tensions were building, Fleetwood says, because Buckingham would not sign off on a new tour they'd been planning for a year and a half.
It became just a huge impasse and hit a brick wall where we decided that we had to part company.
Was Lindsey effectively fired?
Well, we don't use that word because I think it's ugly and it's not a question of that. Lindsey has huge amounts of respect and kudos to what he's done within the ranks of Fleetwood Mac, and always will. But it's like a marriage that came to an end, and there are reasons why. And as a band, we needed to move on, and we have. And that's...
Because, people who saw you in New York would have thought everything was okay, but it wasn't.
No, it was not.
This team wanted to get out on the road, and one of the members did not want to go out on the road for a year.
Stevie Nicks supported the decision.
We just couldn't agree. And when you're in a band, it's a team. I have a solo career, and I love my solo career, and I'm the boss. Absolutely. But I'm not the boss in this band.
So just 6 days after the Music Cares performance, Mike Campbell got a phone call.
It was my birthday, and I was sitting in my backyard, and I got a call. Hi, this is Mick Fleetwood.
Were you looking for something to do?
I was wondering what I was going to do. I had a few things, but nothing quite as big as this.
Campbell was in as lead guitarist, but the band still needed another singer.
We sat around the table, and we just started listening to everybody we could think of, anywhere between, 27 and 65. And it was crazy.
You just made it very well.
You just made it under the line.
Neil Finn, who turns 60 next month, was in his hometown, Auckland, New Zealand, when he got the call.
And I just had this kind of big grin on my face, because it's a call you never expect to get.
They all met up at this theater in Maui on March 21st.
How long did you guys play together down in Maui?
Couple of days.
That was all it took?
2 days. And it did sound really good, and I have film to prove it.
This is cell phone footage of that first session. They ran through 10 songs in those 2 days. Christine McVie also liked what she heard.
It's the essence of the band was great and fun, and the three voices sound really good together. I'm really happy.
It already feels like a band we've only played like once or twice. But with a little rehearsal, I think it's just going to be incredible.
For Mike Campbell, it's a new beginning after losing Tom Petty last fall.
It changed me and Mike for sure, in that, you know what, we need to take every day that we have until we're gone and make it the best day we can, because if that could happen to Tom, then it could happen to anybody. Then I'm going to have the most fun I can, and I'm going to stop complaining, and I'm going to throw myself into all these projects, because you just never know.
Stevie Nicks and Mike Campbell and Tom Petty go way back, of course. They co-wrote her first solo hit, Stop Dragging My Heart Around. If all goes well, this band say they hope to record. They also said they did audition one other singer in Maui, but Gail, they won't reveal who that was.
Oh, Anthony, I'll bet they told you and you're not telling us. Get information from people I know you know. What a great story. Thank you. Thank you very much, Anthony Mason. Nobody does music like Anthony Mason. I'm so sorry, though, that it's ended this way with Lindsey Buckingham, but I also get the group's point. We want to go on the road.
Yeah.
It's a team decision.
And some powerhouse new members.
Yeah.
I would go see them. I love Fleetwood Mac.
And they sound pretty good.
Man, I wore out my CD listening to it so much.
And Mike Campbell, he can play the guitar.
Yes. Seems like they've made some very good choices. A reminder to thank Anthony Mason again. Thank you, Anthony. And a reminder here, you can hear more of CBS This Morning on our podcast.